We are here again. Like I always tell you, that this is a school. All my friends is a school, because on this program we talk about homes, we talk about marriages, we talk about family. And the family is the smallest unit in the society. Once the family is in good condition, definitely the society will be good. When a man is fine, leaving the house in the morning, definitely he's going to have a good day at the office. And mommy too has a part to play in making her husband happy and the children happy. Any relationship that lasts more than a decade deserves special recognition. With that recognition comes the realization that just because your relationship is firmly established doesn't mean there aren't issues, challenges, problems you want to be addressed. My name is Bola Debola, and I'm always here. Today I'm not alone. Like you all know that we are going to be talking about change. If you must leave, you will change. If you must have a great marriage, you will change. And I'm sure you know that when you have a child, and the child is due to bring out his or her set of teeth, and that teeth is not growing, as a mother, you get worried. When they're supposed to be crawling, and they're not crawling, you get worried. So life is in stages. And when you talk of stages, stages has to do with change. I'm not alone. I'm here with, should I say, Reverend Gentleman, and he's here with his Oluri. So I'm going to allow them to introduce themselves. I will start with Mommy. Ma, can we meet you?
Okay. I'm Mrs. Aponorie Joy.
What do you do?
Okay. By the grace of God, I'm a professional teacher, and I work with the Federal Ministry of Education.
God bless you. And Daddy?
My name is Venerable Dr. Simeon Abonorie. I'm a lecturer at Archbishop Vining College of Theology, Akure, and also the registrar of the college.
They are loaded. A lecturer and a teacher. Wow. And even a priest. So, let me say we are going to be hearing from the throne of grace. It is going to be educative. Like I tell you, anytime we have this program, just sit down and listen. So, Mom, how are you, Ma?
I'm good and great.
What is marriage to you?
First and foremost, we must, first of all, define it from the social perspective.
All right.
Before bringing it down to the spiritual aspects. Now, what is marriage? Socially, or if we look at it, how it is being defined in the world, marriage is the coming together of two people. But these two people, it must be the joining together of a male and a female, not between a male and a male, or a female and a female, or between a human being and an animal.
Wow.
That one is an aberration. But when it comes to marriage, marriage is the joining together in holy matrimony. Let's underline that word. In holy matrimony, the joining together of two people, a woman and a man in holy matrimony.
Thank you so much, Ma.
That is marriage.
We are going to ordain you very soon. So, sir, what is marriage?
Yes, thank you very much. My wife has said it all, coming together of a male and female, not a man and man, woman and woman, or animal and animal, but a man and a woman in holy order. Though it can be traditional too, if you don't have the wherewithal. We go to the church for blessing. So marriage can be traditional too, but what is very important therein is the payment of the dowry and the giving of consent between both families.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Madam, what did your mother tell you when you were getting married? What did she tell you about marriage? Because these days, marriage is unfair. And I wonder if parents have actually taken their time to tell their children what marriage is all about. When you come to this social media and you see that it is fathers that cry, he will tell us why fathers cry. But what did your mother tell you about marriage?
Well, it's unfortunate that while I was growing up, I lost my mom.
Wow.
So, but I was raised by stepmother. And this stepmother, although she didn't tell me, I didn't have anything to say. I mean, she didn't have anything, to tell me. But from her way of life, and people's way of life, I was able to pick so many things from their lives. For instance, my stepmother was a very hardworking woman. Very, very hardworking. I picked so many things from her. Very hardworking, very loving, and very, very supportive to my father. Then apart from my stepmother, there are some other Christian figures too in our denomination where I was attending to. And they were actually people whom I can actually emulate. You know, when you see them, their marriages, they exhibit this godliness. And I so much admire their marriage, so much. And I grew up with all those things, all those physical things that I see in my family and also from the church I was attending.
So you had a focus for marriage. You had a desire for marriage. You had something in mind that you were expecting in marriage. Is that it?
Yes.
Wow, thank you. Sir, from the church, how should we parents approach marriage for our children? Is it just allowing them to bring children home? They are ready to get married, and because some of them come to a priest and say, my children are coming from Canada, from London, they are getting married, and they'll be here that week of their marriage. Then they do premarital counseling, if there is anything like that, 2-3 days. And from observation, most of the problems in the society now is as a result of an inadequate premarital counseling. I don't know if you have anything to say to that.
Yes, thank you very much, Ma. We do say it, that marriage is another school. School where you study, you would have been given the certificate even before acquiring the knowledge. So marriage is a place or a journey that you embark on to take your values from the family to establishing another family. And by the time the man is leaving and the woman is also leaving, to cleaving to each other, they should know that they are coming from different backgrounds and they are bringing in different values to form another family, to form another home. So there is something we tell spinsters and bachelors when they are preparing for this, that look at the positive values in the background you are coming from. You, spinster, look for the positive values from the background you are coming from and bring them together to form another nation, another world, another family. That Christ will be the chief cornerstone. That Christ will be the foundation and you build upon him. So marriage is not just coming together that you want to raise children, but you are coming together, bringing in together values that can make the society better.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Mommy. Now, coming to our topic for today, change. Things have changed. Marriage has changed. But what has changed, sir?
Well, change is something I can say is inevitable.
Okay.
When it comes to the issue of life. And when we say change, it is in dual dimensions.
Yes, I know change can be positive,
it can be positive, and it can be negative.
Yes.
And you initiate change when you discover a new reality in life. Because as you journey on, you experience a lot. You discover new realities, new consciousness. And those things will initiate change in the life of the person that discovers it. So change is inevitable in life, in the journey of life, especially in marriage. Because by the time the male comes from one background, the female comes from another background, and they come together and they start a new journey, they must experience new realities. And those realities will initiate change. So change is inevitable, something we must experience in life and in marriage.
Okay. Now, what made marriage in those days to stand? Because I know that in those days, your father can call you early in the morning, Akbeke, Anike, Ufebesoro, and you will kneel down, listen to your dad, and your mother will be seated. She will keep quiet and allow her husband to talk to their daughter. And the man can say, Lakwa Jambo, or Mr. Soso is coming. Ondo Mafe is going to be your husband. And the girl will not even look at and say, my mom got a pastor. But these days, in fact, we don't even tell our parents that I'm bringing somebody. We only tell them that, Daddy, I'm bringing somebody and we are fixing a date for wedding. What is going on? What has gone wrong?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I would like to answer this question with our own personal experience.
Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Now, let me start from when my husband proposed to me.
All right.
I want us to pick that aspect of proposal. And I'm going to compare the way he proposed to me then with the way the issue of proposal, or what is it now, the way it is being done today. When he came to me, he told me that he has a revelation. And from that revelation, he wants me to join him in the ministry God has committed into his hands.
He wasn't actually telling that he wanted to marry.
No.
He came with
a revelation. He didn't come with that. He didn't come with that statement that I want you to be my wife, I want you to marry me. But he said, from the revelation that I have, God said, you are going to join me in this ministry of reconciliation.
Having told her to pray about it for 3 months.
3 months.
That later we'll come together and I will share the revelation with her.
Okay.
So he asked me to go and pray.
He actually gave you an assignment.
Yeah. Wow. So I went and I was praying. So I was praying. So after that, after my own consent and my own conviction, we told so many people, and even despite the fact that he's a man of God.
You told people?
Yes. Christian mothers in our church. And also our priest then. I told him. And apart from that, we started the courtship and so on. And one interesting thing about our courtship is that, and that actually formed the basis of the strength and the power that we have in our ministry today. And then he was still a student, and anytime he's coming back home, he will always write letters to me that I'll be having holiday this so time. So we are going to go on 3 days fasting.
Wow.
And anytime he returns like that, we pray. We'll go to the church, we'll pray about our marriage, pray about our future, so many things like that. In fact, the way we used to pray then, during our courtship, I don't think children of nowadays still,
do
such things. And the saddest part of it is that in our generation today, when they are dating or they are courting, what they want to explore in their courtship is adventure.
Yeah.
They like fun. Take me to ShopRite, take me to this, take me to that, take me to Riverbank,
meat pie, all that.
That is what they want. But during our own time, you see the young man and the young lady coming together in prayers and also in fasting. You will see the holiness. You will see the flair to pray. You will see the zeal for the work of God, and so many things. So this has actually changed.
Let me add something to that, man. There was a priest in the place we're growing up in our courtship. And when the priest saw the way we were praying together, coming together, one day we told him, said, we want to use the church for prayer. The priest said, okay, you can go. But without informing us, he came around. He said he wanted to come and check what we are doing. This prayer coming together in the church, collecting key from, let me even go. So he came on that day and he met us where we were praying. Later, when we got to his victory, he shared with us, he said, I am happy for you. And I even pray for you that you will succeed in marriage. Because I decided to test you. I said, please go. And without informing you, I just paid you uninformed visit. And I met you praying. Said, I bless you. Until today, we have never regretted in our marriage. And we will never.
Amen. Regret. But there are changes. Tell me the changes you have gone through.
Yes, definitely there must be challenges.
Yes.
Before we came together as husband and wife, a certain pastor brought a revelation. He told my wife, he said, is that the man you want to marry? Tell me the name of the man you want to marry. She told him. And the pastor told my wife, there are fake pastors today. Told my wife that, things will be hard and difficult for you if you get married to that man. That it will take, that you may not even have issues. So my wife was shivering. And she came to me that this is what pastor, then not the pastor I said, this
Yes,
is
another one.
another one, told me. And I said, well, God has not told me that. If a man has told you that, God has not told me that. And we prayed together and we went into the marriage. Then at that moment, my wife was confused. But my faith strengthened her faith. And we prayed together, and today we are blessed with everything a couple needs in marriage.
Thank you so much, sir. Yes, you prayed, but at what point did you look at yourself and ask yourself if you got it right? If you prayed, or then some people say, in fact, when people have problems and people come to talk with you, they will ask you, "Mommy, didn't you pray?" Because there are some challenges that will really make you ask yourself, "But God, I prayed. What's happened?" Have there been challenges like that or issues?
Well, I must be sincere with myself and also be truthful to God's goodness. Personally, I don't have any regrets for the many years I've been in marriage. I don't have any regrets. And we don't even have any issue, to be sincere. We don't have any issue. Well, I don't know, probably because of the prayers you have prayed before and still the prayers you are still praying now. But to the glory of God, we don't have any challenge or any issue such. Because number one, you see, when it comes to marriage, the level of your understanding of each other must be there. When you understand your husband and your husband understands you too.
At what point would that understanding come in? Because when a man comes to you, at times, even when you know that this is what God is saying, but I see something, can I marry this man? He's too this. You have to accept that fact that, okay, I want to. You can't understand without accepting the fact that, okay, he's going to be my husband. So how did you accept that fact? No, you said that. You said you should pray. How did you accept that fact that, okay, this man wants to marry me? Then cultivate the idea of, okay, I need to understand. Because so many people, it's like entering a room and you see something scary, they want to turn back. So if you have not fully sat yourself down to accept and understand, it can be difficult. So how did you manage it?
Okay, well, let me go back to when we're still courting. Despite the fact that we were being ruled by the revelation and the conviction that we had, a particular problem rose up then during our courtship. And what was it? My family objected. They said, I will never marry him. And why? It's just as a result of communal issues. Though both of us were from the same state and from the same locality.
And you speak the same language.
And we speak the same language. But, we are from different communities. So I think they were trying to bring in all this ancient
culture,
communal
and all that.
hatred and fight. So they were not saying, you can't marry somebody from this particular community. That in our own community, we don't marry people from that community. So we said, if that is the issue, we are children of God, we are born again children of God, and we are not ruled by all this community of a thing. So we prayed over it, although it was a big stumbling block then before we got married. But with the help of God, we were able to break those communal hatred and so on, and we moved on with our lives.
You were crossing ordeals gradually and moving forward. And those changes, those challenges actually built your faith, I believe. Perseverance. When we sit down to look at this generation, it is believed that one of the things that causes problems is because we cannot persevere. What's your view, sir?
Yes, thank you very much, Ma. Today, one of the factors that is robbing off perseverance is civilization. Because in those days, you were mentioning something that our parents would say, this is how I want it, this is the way we want it to go, and the children will obey them. But today, we are in the age of civilization, where a young lady or a daughter will say, this is the man I want to marry. And the father will say, okay, if you know that you can cope with him, no problem. You are the one who has brought him. Because they wouldn't want a situation whereby they will say, Papa, you were the one that forced this man on me. Or Mama, you are the one that forced this man on me. Or Papa, you are the one that forced me to marry this lady because of maybe a particular affiliation between your family and their family and our family. So perseverance in marriage, taking away civilization. Now let's move to when the marriage has come in place. We need perseverance. Because without perseverance, the marriage cannot continue, cannot grow. There are a lot of things you will see. At times you place something somewhere and you are looking for that thing and you ask, did you take anything from here? I put something here, I dropped something here. Probably she will say, ṣé ibẹ̀ yẹn ó yẹ ibi tó yẹ ká fi kíní yẹn sí ni? You need to persevere. You need to endure. You don't need to react at that moment and say, what are you trying to tell me? Are you saying, I don't know what I'm doing? This and this. There are many things one will face in marriage that require perseverance. We just need to endure, because without endurance, without perseverance, it will be very difficult for marriage to grow. You see a lot of challenges coming from the wife, coming from the husband, coming from the siblings, but you just need to persevere so that you can forge ahead in marriage.
Thank you, sir. I'm aware that you've been married for over 15 years.
Yes.
Has there been any time in particular where you had to sit down and say, look, let's look at our lives critically? Some things will have to change. Not because you don't have, not because things are not going over, but you feel that we need to have an inward think on how to move on in marriage, and that can bring about change. I will give you an example. As a priest, I don't know. I attended a wedding, and the priest was a priest that was getting married, and I heard the man of God saying that as a priest you can be moved to a parish where there's no chair, and you have to use block and put bench, and and things like that. And I've seen women, pastors' wives, who have said, "Look, and I mean, they face a lot of challenges. You know that. You don't have to tell me. I know. At that time like that, you had to sit her down and encourage her. At that time that you had to say, "Don't worry, I'll be there for you," or "I can't. This is not what I planned for." Yes, sir.
Yes, thank you very much, ma'am. When we started, or when I was posted to Ondo Diocese to start my ministry there, I traveled back and I told her, I said, yes, I've received my posting letter, and where I am posted to is in the thick forest that you have to travel. You are light and get another Okada and go to the thick forest. That place is not palatable at all.
It's like Igbo to marry.
It's not okay at all. That, would you be able to cope with me? And she said, have you not been called by the Lord? If you have been called by the Lord, and God has revealed to us that we will be together to run this ministry together, we will surely go there. Unknown to her that I was just deceiving her. We're in the town, we sat there. So later I said, truly, you are ready to serve with me. That I only deceived you. I wanted to try or to test you.
Yes, that's the word.
I wanted to test you, whether you'll be able to run this ministry with me. And ever since then, the Lord has been helping us. Here we are today by the grace of God. Well, we can't deny the fact that there's no time we have not sat to reason together and say, how do we handle this? Especially in this present economic situation, that we have to do some adjustments, because there are some things we must put in place. Okay, after a retirement, because once you attain a certain stage or age in the ministry, you should be thinking about where to retire to. Say, okay, what do we do in this area? Let's begin to cut our expenses in this area so that we can achieve this. And she agreed with me, and we cut our expenses, handling this, so that we can achieve the goals we have set ahead of our journey.
Yeah.
And the Lord has been helping us. He has been faithful to us.
Thank you so much. Do you have something to say to that? Your journey has been so good, and I know there have been times when you even cried in secret. You may not be crying because you did something, but you cry unto God, that God, what is this? Where is this coming from? Couples experience it. Now, because of your professional. Now, there are people that have crossed the age of, between the age of 50, 60, and they are still together. And like I tell people that at the end of Lago, they are not having it. They are sweating. But they believe, if there's a particular word that I don't like, is that I'm in. And God, let me use the word that this is my cross. Yes, there are different crosses. But I believe that it can be better. It can be better. So for couples who are going through tough time, challenges, especially this change we're talking about. Like you said, at a particular time, you start planning for retirement. But for some, at that particular time, they are nursing some illness. They are nursing some problems. Even their children are not doing well. So how should they cope with changes? This kind of change that they go through, the negative one.
Yes. One thing I must start with is God. Because for any marriage to succeed in life, God must be part of that marriage. And that is why whenever spouses are coming together, we do tell them that make God the foundation of your home. Once God is there and His word is guiding you, you will succeed. Challenges will come, but always cry to God. And that is why morning devotion, evening devotions are very, very essential in any family. When you have any challenge or challenges in your marriage, the only person, the only one who can solve these problems is God. And the first solution is to cry to God. You can use your head knowledge. Oh, you can use diplomacy. You can use, let me handle it this way, but if God is not there, one will continue to fail. So the first thing, when any couple experiences challenges, that man, that woman must cry to God, must seek the face of God for help. And the Bible says, those who know His name will do what we call upon Him. They will trust in Him because He has never forsaken those who seek Him. So that is the first solution. Then number 2 is perseverance. They need to persevere. They need to endure. Today may be full of darkness, but light will surely come tomorrow. At midnight, there may be thick darkness, but in the morning, there will be light. They can't continue like that. Things will definitely change. So they need to endure. They need to persevere. Once they serve God faithfully, He will never forsake them. He will surely come to their aid and solve their problem. So crying to God and persevering is very, very important. You persevere, you wait for Him. Let Him solve your problem. He can raise anybody, raise people, even to solve that problem. So my advice is crying to God and endure in whatever situation we find ourselves.
Thank you so much, sir. Yes, Mommy, the children of this generation, at times when I see them, I ask myself, and you wonder that, and not even, let me not go that way. You see them and you ask yourself, this person is coming out from somebody's house. And this person has a mother in the house. What are our mothers? What are they doing concerning parenting in this generation? In dressing, in so many things. Somebody told me that they went for a conference in an hotel, and while they were waiting in the lobby, 2 girls came down from the hotel room early in the morning with bottles of alcohol, and they were almost half naked. Either they're from school or from their homes. Somebody gave birth to them. What should we do? What should be our approach in times of parenting? Because it's like we have failed.
Thank you very much, ma'am. You see, Daddy said something the other time when he was trying to define marriage. And he said that when it comes to marriage, the marriage must be between two matured people. Not only two matured people, but it must also be two people who really know God and who have really given their lives to Christ. Now, after giving your life to Christ, and you are not coming together in marriage, you cannot avoid some challenges in marriage. You can't, because there are so many challenges when it comes to marriage. For instance, this issue of parenting that you just talked about now. Parenting is very, very key. Good parenting and intentional parenting, especially by the woman, especially by the mother, is very, very important. When we gave birth to our second son, he was in his early years when he was growing up. We discovered that he was not picking up academically. He wasn't picking up, it was very, very dull. And it became a major challenge to us in our family. That at times we used to even put it in prayers, and we enrolled him in special lessons and so on. So it was a big challenge when he was growing up. But we later on discovered that, my husband discovered that we cannot leave this work to the hands of his teachers in the school alone. So he had to come into the picture. In the evenings when our children return from school, he will sit him down and he will start coaching him. He will start coaching him. And that was what he was doing. If he had left it and said, Shebi, you are going to school, your teachers will teach you, the boy will not be what he is today. So when it comes to parenting, we the parents, we must be ready to train these children academically. And not academically alone, we must also train them spiritually. We must have that adequate time. When you don't have that time, in fact, there are times that when our children, anytime they have exams, we will sit with them and we'll be reading the notes, reading everything together. We'll do that together. And not only the academic aspect of it, what about the spiritual aspect of it? At times we would declare, in fact, at times in most cases on Saturdays like this, we'll tell them that today we are going to have fasting and prayers. And they will say, oh, mommy, daddy, we cannot do fasting and prayer. But at the end of the day, we were able to train them, and we are still training them in spiritual matters.
Thank you so much. There is something you have not mentioned. That is character. Iwa. And you see a lot of people, in fact, these days, born-againism is a fashion. You know, people just say, yes, I'm a Christian. They go to big Pentecostal churches and all that. But when you see their character, you know that something is missing. And Yoruba people say that, you know, in fact, the church does not talk much about character anymore. What is wrong? Of course, it's not the duty of the church, it's the duty of the parents. But the parents are not even there. So how do you mold a child you have not trained? How do you address the character of your children? I want you to shed light on that.
Okay, thank you very much, ma. You see, when it comes to character formation starts from the home and not from the school alone. We have so many people that are involved when it comes to character formation, either the negative character formation or the positive aspect of it. But the home is very, very key. When your child brings something home that is not his, you as a parent, what are you supposed to do? You are supposed to condemn that act so that the child will not grow up with that.
That means as a parent, you must be on ground it is to watch, because it is what you see them do that you correct. I'm coming back to our daddy because of our time. I want you to briefly, the basis, the foundation of homes and marriage is from premarital counseling. And I talk about that. It is very, very key. The Bible says when the foundation is destroyed, can it rise? Because that is what you're going to build on. So briefly, sir, what do you want to say about premarital counseling? Just briefly.
Yes, I'll give you three statements about premarital counseling. One, it is a way of guiding a would-be couple in a conjugal relationship. You guide them towards a conjugal relationship. Then two, is about telling them the realities of marriage even before they come into it. That this is the likely challenges you may face in marriage, and you prepare them, you equip them against those challenges. Yes, they may be positive and they may be negative, but you prepare them. Then, number 3, you plan with them on how to be successful in marriage. By the time you are carrying out this act, you are doing premarital counseling.
Thank you so much. God bless you, sir. Back to you. Maybe your final word, but I want you to talk about grandparents. We don't have them again. They talk of omugo. Apart from that, yes, you can do omugo and go back. But in those days, when you are busy as a couple working, your mother is at home. Then when you come back, she will call you like Baja, Omode Shepa Leni. No, it's like you trained. Training a child is a community work, but not again. What is wrong?
When it comes to the issue of grandparents parenting, I think one problem or one major factor that is affecting this issue is the issue of distance. And you see so many children today, they no longer live within the vicinity of the grandparents. So how does that grandparent want to influence or teach the grandchild?
Because you and I don't invite them anymore. That's it. We don't invite them. We tell them, in fact, we tell them to write a letter that they are coming. And we tell them when to come. It's affecting us. Whether we like it or not.
In fact, I even, as a minister of God, I even condemn the pastors that preach that don't allow third party into your home.
That's another error.
Ask them to define the third party. They will say, even your mother, your father, now that this man and this woman have come together, leave them, give them distance. We are not saying they should be living with them, but there are some occasions where these people need to move closer and see what is going on and help.
Thank you so much, sir. Your parting word, the word, maybe you should say something about parenting, this grandparents as your parting word.
Okay, the Bible says, train up a child the way he should go. When he or she grows up, he will never depart from it. So parents, let's be intentional. Let's have the time. Let's make ourselves available for our children, because our children are our tomorrow.
They are our future. And your parting word, sir?
Yes, ma'am. I will say that change is inevitable. Let us try as much as possible to work towards it and to achieve positive change, not negative change in our marriage.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, ma. It's like we should continue, but time is not on our side. To be part of this program, if you want to sponsor this program, the number to call is 08168337144. I'm your counselor in the house. My name is Bola Debola. Once again, you can give me a call if you need to talk to me, if you need to be counseled. Please, let's come and reason together. So we'll be back next week. God bless you.